the two sons of Rebekah, Esau and Jacob, Jacob and Esau. Now, these guys, this is where the firstborn theory had a few holes shot in it. Jacob loved tradition. Rebekah loved the kids. And our love for a certain thing has a tendency to override common sense. How many of y'all would agree with that? Okay. And so, Esau was a skillful hunter, man. He could go out, he could shoot anything and kill it and just bring it back, man. He was supplying the tribe with this and that. But he had a sense of the tribe, but he didn't have the honor of the tribe. Man, he loved him some Amalekite women and all of them. You know, he always liked going outside of the fray. He was riding on the edge, pushing the envelope all the time, always just trying to get by with something. He uses virtue as an excuse. I use my skill. I feed to this and I feed to that. I sing under praise and worship. I, do the mind. That's what I deserve. To be the leader, but I ain't got nothing in preserving the familiar line. I'm crossing the lines all the time. He thought because of his talent, he could maneuver his way. So then one day, now we read this morning where God told Rebekah the younger would rule the elder. But it was not at this point illegal because Jacob had hold to Esau's foot when they came out, so they never came out. You can say one came out first if you want to, but in actuality, if they were connected, they were never first and second. They were connected with an elongation of birth. But so God spoke to Rebekah in terms she could understand and say, the younger shall rule the elder. I mean, we just having a little fireside chat here, y'all. That's why I sit down, because I don't want to sound domineering. I want you to understand what I'm saying. But they both had, he told them, two manners of men, two nations. Both of them had leadership capability. Both of them had dominant genes. Twins. But one had the right idea and the other one had the wrong idea. And so God inspired Jacob one day to ask Esau, what did he value? You want these beans or your birthright more? Some of us desire to be rich more than we desire to be right.
Oh my, look at that. Jesus.
Meat for the belly and belly for the meat. That's what the God was talking about. Our appetite is not limited to just food. It is desires of the heart. That's what an appetite is. I mean, have you ever thought about something all week and it was just irresistible? As soon as I get some money, I said, well, I'm going to get me. All right, if I want a taco, at the earliest opportunity, I'm going to get me a taco. Like, everybody going to be breaking tonight trying to go get a taco now. But your hungers are created by meditation. Now, if your meditation is that strong, if you meditate on the Word of God, if you meditate on succeeding, if you meditated on distribution, you will be so strong. But a lot of times we underuse ourselves because we only momentarily meditate on anything based on a moment of an idea. And in most cases, we don't want it to last, we just want it to appear. Because appearances matter to us. You ever had any family members that they just show out every time you try to introduce them to somebody? They just got to try to get the show, or they got to present this facade to such a degree that they want everybody to be impressed with them. And you know they ain't got two dimes to rub together. But they're always trying to look expensive, act expensive, talk expensive. And you know, expensive knows expensive, and I don't know why people don't know that. And here you are with all that empty talk, and people that really got something that's just like, yeah, I can't use this person because I won't know when they're trying to pretend. Because I know when they pretend.
Amen.
If a person will not represent themselves right, they will not represent you right.
Amen. Amen.
We have to learn that loyalty to family is in our own best interest. You're not going to miss out on something from people who love you saying don't do it. You're not going to miss out. You may, in fact, save yourself a lot of pain. How many of y'all, your parents done told you something and then you had to go back and apologize? And they just refused to say, I told you so. I told you. Now, your parents should never have to say that to you, ever. And you have to let sit down and tell your children, look, I don't ever want to have to say I told you so. So you just have to listen to me. I could be right, wrong, teeter-tottering on this joker's crazy side, and they may be trying to get blessed and get encouraged and get saved, but while they're going through the process, leave them alone.
Amen. Come on now.
You don't go to church for nobody but you.
Yes. Amen.
God, make me a better person. Make me a better son. Make me a better father. Make me a better mother. Make me a better parent. Make me a better nurturer. Make me a better provider. That's what you're talking to God about. You're not talking about appearing to be something or wanting to be something that you ain't. I don't know what you're talking about. If you become a better person, you'll become a better you.
Hallelujah.
And that's all you got to do. When we talk to God about us. Let me say that. I mean, if you want to talk to God about anybody else, you only restrict yourself to praying blessings over them. Bless your enemy and curse not. I said curse not. But bless. So we always got to understand that we still have to bless our enemy. Why? Because we are the authors of blessing. If we want to keep blessings to keep on going, then a curse should not be found in us. So if you don't curse anybody else, then your disposition of cursing moves out of you. And blessings keep moving through you. And if blessings got to move through you, it's like water in the pipe. Tell me something. How many of y'all done wash your hands once a day? All right. Was the pipe wet that you used to wash your hands with? But yet still you never acknowledged the pipe. Never even thought about the pipe or the piping or the plumbing that got that water to you. But those pipes got just as much water as you did. Oh, will y'all get this? You will always be blessed by blessing people. I mean, if God is working with somebody, what did he say? This is for you. I will bless them that, and I will curse them that. You think you're an exception to that? You can't curse nobody and expect to get a blessing. The thing has to be systemic. It has to be sustained. It has to be constant. And it has to be non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. There's not a question about how you're going to serve God, and there's not a question about your service to God. This is something you have to make your mind up about. Not once, but every day. Sometimes 3 times a day. 3 times a day. You know, there's always somebody trying to draw the cuss out of you. That's all, yeah, every day. 2 or 3 times a day. 3. There's somebody trying to pull that cuss up out your head. You ever met somebody just, almost got it too? Maybe they did get it. So it happens. It happens. We're in pursuit of perfection. We're not perfect. But if we're honest, we're in pursuit when we're in pursuit. And if we're not in pursuit, we're honest enough to say, you know, I lost my pursuit. I lost my practice. And I need to get myself back on track. I've got something that I have to do, and I must do it. I need to do it. I know to do it. And to him that know to do good and does it not, to him is sin. No, we can't just be hearers of the word and not doers. We can't just be quoters of the word and not apply it. The application of the word in itself makes you feel a little bit better about yourself. Oh, I did that. But don't become a staunch practitioner of letter without the interference of the Holy Spirit. The letter killeth. Rich young ruler, he told me, he said, son, I've done all of that from my youth. Well, you ought to know where I'm going with this thing. You don't get where I'm going with this. If you'd have done what you've been doing for all these years, you would know what I'm talking about. And you would know what I'm saying. So you would know that in giving everything you have away, you can't give it away. But because you put everything in mental power, you already forfeited your transformation. You forfeited your transformation. See, here, okay, all right, let me explain that then, because I can see y'all didn't get that one. He couldn't give away what he had. Because he never realized he was rich beyond what he had. What he had would have multiplied if he'd have gave it to God, if he'd have been obedient. Okay, let's, all right, okay. All we have is 2 fish and 5 loaves. Bring it to me. Give it to me. You cannot lose when you give it to God. It's impossible and it's an improbability. But the thing that limits us is our decision. And in many cases, we make negative decisions based on the anticipation of loss. And if we learn not to ever think anything that brings us into the sphere of God's blessings, God's word, God's truths, we can never consider them a loss, even if they are a disadvantage at the moment. Whatever we perceive about God's word as being a disadvantage is only the revolt of what we ain't doing right. Do you really think everything you ain't doing right is going to go quietly into the night? You really think that's going to leave you with no contestation? You really think you're going to change without a struggle? For real? Oh my goodness. You're so sadly mistaken. It's just, I pity the surprise attack that you're going to launch on yourself. I mean, you can come with total contrition today, and your body attack you so much this week, you won't even show up at church here again. Your rebellion will take you to another church where the preacher won't say nothing about you. But I promise you something this week. I'm going to pray that wherever you go, that pastor track you down with the word. He can be preaching about minerals and water, and then he turn around and say the exact same thing you heard here today. Just to let you know, you can run, but you can't hide. If you're called by God, then settle down. Just settle down. You'll know where the right place is to go. I know you belong to Big Bertha Baptist Church back in Utah, Virginia. But for some reason or other, God found that he needed to separate you from Big Bertha Baptist Church in Utah, Virginia, and brought you over here so that you can be rebranded. He wants you saved, not religious. He wants you productive, not in anticipation. And he wants you operating by faith, and what is not of faith is sin. Do you know that? So that means it makes it dangerous for what you think you know. If you act on what you think you know, that ain't faith, that's foolishness.
Amen.
Faith is acting on what you know you know. And there's very few times when Jesus said, look at me and walk. Look at me and walk. Lord, if it be you, bid me come. Come. Long as he kept his eyes on Jesus and not what was going on around him, he walked. He walked. You watch Jesus and walk. You start looking at stuff going on around you, man, it'll make you want to just, I need you to keep looking at Jesus. Don't look at no person. Anybody can fail. Any one of your leaders can fail. Even I can fail. But that should not be the principle for which you are serving God on. What God told you to do is forgive and recover. That's even me. It's not mean you get up and take your tail up talking about, I'm leaving this church because, I just don't feel like. But, when did you get that way? How long you been like that? Because if that's all you learned, you ain't much. You shouldn't have never been in that church. And if the preacher's not telling you that you may have to recover him one day, then he ain't telling you the truth. But if a preacher tell you, you may have to recover me. I may not be all that. But then by the same token, I can say I'm trying. I'm here every service. What about you? How hard are you trying? My job is still your job. And your job is my job. I'm just a leader. I have to lead us into doing the right thing. Well, Pastor, you tell nobody to do it, you couldn't do it yourself. Wait, when did I say I wasn't human? What did I tell you were supposed to do? So now you excusing yourself by not doing it because of what? Me? God said that. I wasn't the one that said it. I just translated it.
Amen.
And your commandment is still my commandment. I'm just telling you where it goes. And why some parents can never go back and apologize to their children. They can never tell their children, I'm sorry. You ever whoop one of your children for something and then find out? You find out that you whooped them and they didn't deserve it. Did you ever go back and tell them you were sorry? Did you make amends on that? You have to be a big enough parent to go back and do that. You know, say, well, that's all right then. I already whooped them in advance, so the next time they do something crazy, I just let them get away with it. That ain't gonna make up for it. You have to go back. You have to go back and re-engage in that very same conversation. You got to go back and do it. And that's why I say you're never a leader that's so strong you don't make a mistake. That doesn't make you a better or worse leader. It actually will make you a strong one if you go back and let your children know. That gives them dignity. It creates a characteristic within them that when they have employees, those employees will enjoy working for them because they know that they have an honest employer. And when you admonish them, they can take it from you because they know you're telling them the truth or you are giving them the best you have to offer. But I know if they're making a mistake, they'll let me know. You have to have some level of integrity. You may not be totally intrigued by the idea of leadership. But leadership is a practice. It's not a position. It's always a practice. And you have to practice it in order to get good at it. The idea God had a family, we probably all blown it. Amen. But as we get back to God, as we draw closer to his bleeding side, as we come to the foot of the cross, as we always sing about, then we should start looking at, okay, what was God's idea about family? Well, grandfather is still in charge until grandfather gone. Grandfather make the selection, male or female, whatever his decision is, just like Michael Corleone, I command this family. Now, if you want to be in good standing with God, you let him command it. You never, ever. Disrespect is never allowable in the Bible, regardless of what you disagree with. Disrespect is never, ever allowable anywhere in the Bible. As a matter of fact, Old Testament, they're killing folk for it. Stone them at the gate, ground opening up. I mean, stuff happened to people that rebelled. Now, we are under grace, but we're not under exception. And I think it would do people good, a lot of good to remember that. We're under grace. We're not under exception. He didn't change. He left us the Old Testament to find out physically how he feel about certain things. Grace is giving you enough time to think about it. Praise Jesus. You are never qualified to rebel. Ever. Ever. Now, why Mordecai couldn't go to the king, Esther had to. Because Esther had access, but Esther still was pushing it. Talking about somebody in the court. What made it so dangerous for Esther was she was talking about somebody in the king's court. Which could have been interpreted as rebellion or sedition at best. So you have to understand, principle, approach to what's perceived to be an injustice, you always still have to do it respectfully. Always. You don't have the right to disrespect anyone, let alone your seniors. Ever. Ever. I said, I don't know what ever mean to you, but let me tell you what ever mean. Don't ever do it no more if you've been doing it. That would ever mean. This is not good. I mean, he even told us this in Ephesians chapter 5 when he said, children, obey your parents. For your day may be long upon earth. That might have been first part of chapter 6, I think. But anyway, whatever, even 5 or 6, read both of them, you'll get something out of it. But the fact of the matter is that he said your days can absolutely be shortened if it's in the family line. If disrespect is in the family line, your days could be shortened. Whew, kids, y'all need to hear this. Y'all need to make sure. I don't care what you disagree with your mom and your daddy. You wait till you get out of there. And daughters, I'm getting ready to start something here. Till you get married, and until you get approved to be married, you stay in the house you've raised in. Period. It has always been so. If we want marriages to start working, then we need to start acting like we respect the institution of it.
At Life Changes New Horizon, we'd like to thank you for joining us to hear and receive a phenomenal word from God. Please visit our website to order the message you've just enjoyed or choose from thousands of sermons available for purchase. You can order this revelatory teaching on cassette, CD, or DVD. For more information on Life Changers Ministries, go to www.lifechangersmi.com or call 1-877-524-9673. Life Changers, we are shining the light all around the world.